What's up, real MVPs? Ricky Widmer here, and welcome in to another edition of MVP Sports Live right here. You're either watching us on Twitch, you're either watching us on YouTube. I'm joined with my favorite co-host, my beautiful co-host, Soapy Muffin. But it's not Soapy, it's Dave Oster. See what I did there, Dave? I fooled you. Thought I was going to say your name, and I said Soapy's name. But Dave, how you doing?
I got swerved.
You got swerved. Actually, I played that off perfectly. I meant to say your name, and because Games Live didn't happen, my brain just...
You were all prepped for Games Live, and Soapy was unable to do the show today, so you're just like...
Well,
sorry.
I'm unable to do the show. I love Soapy. He's one of my favorite both of you are my favorite co-hosts. I love doing it with both of you guys.
I got the favorite co-host, sorry.
Dude, you got the nod just because we've been best friends forever. Like, that's the only thing Soaps can't beat you with. But I'll throw him under the bus. What?
William Cubes. I have General on mute permanently, so every once in a while I look in that channel in our Discord, by the way, ! Discord.
Did you watch him eat the bouillon cubes?
Yeah, that was... Who eats bouillon cubes? Not alone one, 3 of them.
So the story was, and I'll start off with this, so he ate the one. Then his coworker ate 2 of them, kind of to show him up. So the way Soapy described it is Soapy's got to assert his dominance.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, he had to eat 3 of them at one time.
Disgusting.
He told me that after the video, when he says scrumptious and then cuts it, it immediately turned into horror because his boss was like, hey, you got to go do this. So he's like, I had to then go do stuff, and all I could taste is fucking chicken in my mouth.
Oh, they were chicken ones? I thought they were beef ones. Okay.
No, chicken. He also says, like, if you drink Gatorade or something to wash it out, doesn't wash it out. It's just the Gatorade tastes like chicken then.
You just need to eat bread. You need to eat like a slice of bread to kind of soak everything up from the mouth, and then you can drink whatever you want. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he was literally just making chicken broth in his mouth.
Yeah.
Chicken Gatorade broth.
I would never eat a bouillon cube, especially after seeing Soapy. And like I told him, I'm like, I could just see it in your eyes how you're like,
there was regret there.
But hey, when someone comes at you, Dave, you got to assert your dominance. You got to come in. You got to show them you're the top dog, that you ain't going to be pushed over.
Garlic out of just the same exact thing.
That too.
Just family challenge. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, someone comes at you got to come at them twice as hard. But, Dave, it is Friday. You know what that means. It is Football Friday. Going to be talking fantasy football. Going to be making our picks for Week 13 in the NFL. Hopefully no games get canceled. But, if the Ravens game has to get canceled, they'll just move it to Thursday.
Yeah, that's it, Ricky. Don't worry about it.
Fuck it. They'll just play Week 14.
Yeah. Game won't be canceled if it's a playoff team.
Yeah, they'll just keep
pushed. And if it's a team that's bad, they'll just make them play without a quarterback.
Yeah, that too. They'll make them play with our quarterback. Then when the quarterbacks get okayed to come back, they'll just fine them all. Which the fining is okay. If you're not going to wear masks and shit, you should be fined.
Whatever.
But yeah, like
whatever,
come on,
NFL.
Come on.
Shield's going to take care of its own.
It takes us all, man. It's not just a one-man thing. It takes us all to beat this thing. But before we get into everything, though, let's get through the housekeeping. Quick and simple. Number 1, Discord. Kingy already what?
I did the Discord promo.
Yeah, I mean, Kingy put it into Twitch chat. Want to tell people how they can get into it. It's either in Twitch chat right now or the link's down below. They need you to point to it, Dave. They need you to go smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash that Discord link. If you want to support,
I despise those people.
If you want to support our dumb
who does that shit is Philip Franco, because honestly, it's
I'll punch your face. Philip, it's all about violence, man. You got to
punch you in the face, punch you, whatever it takes.
If you want to support our dumbasses, though, patreon.com/MVPvids. That's how you do that. Link down below, or actually exclamation Patreon into Twitch chat. Get you that as well. We're on Twitch every Monday through Friday, twitch.tv/MVPvids. We're also on YouTube at MVP Sports. And an extra caveat for today, Dave. I put out a tweet. And I put it in the Discord. I'm surveying the landscape of if I did a Madden franchise, what team should I take over? I know you did. Like, there have been some that I like. The Patriots are interesting. Brandon Swanson threw the Chargers at me. He's throwing that Air Bear at me, trying to get me intrigued there.
Aren't a bad team because they've got a great caliber quarterback up in. That's why I'm like, let me stick you with a team with like a contract issue and like no quarterback.
What, the Patriots?
Yeah, I figure they're too bad to tank for Trevor,
Yeah.
but too good to like get stuck. Yeah,
I've had people throw the Jets at me. It's like, but then I'm just gonna get Trevor Lawrence
and win.
and
Yeah,
win
that's not
because
hard.
like, yeah, and people
make
in
some
Twitch chat
challenges,
are saying
guys.
Jets. It's like
Maybe can we make it a challenge with like rules where it's like you can't take Trevor Lawrence, you can't force trades for whatever, you can't.
So I'm not gonna.
Put some parameters.
I am not going to tank. That's the thing. Like, I am going into this to where it's like I'm gonna try to win every game. And the only trades I'm gonna make is if like for example, if I pick the Bears, I would be moving on from Allen Robinson. Like that would be the only trade I would make because I wouldn't want to pay him.
Hates the city.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that. It's not a that thing. It's also because it's maybe this is kind of cheating, but I've already done a Bears franchise at least like 1 year through, and it is near impossible to negotiate with Allen Robinson.
Well, he hates the franchise.
He has his $60 million that he wants a year, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if you're the top ranked guy. I don't know if you're the highest paid wide receiver in my mind. I think D-Hop's got you beat. So I'm like, I'll give you like top three. I'll give you top three. And he goes, no, I want that $5 million. So we can't meet the terms. So like, I would make that trade. Cowboys would be interesting. Cowboys I'm trying
to stick you in the middle on a team without a great quarterback, but also not like a rookie who's going to go like through the roof in no time.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I almost thought Rams, but I'm like, I don't know if the
Rams got a defense though. Give me Aaron Donald. Anything's possible, Dave.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out something for you on Discord.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm surveying the landscape. So if you're watching on YouTube, didn't see the tweet, not in Discord, let me know who you think I should take down below in that comment section. But Dave, we got a jam-packed show. Like I said, football, fantasy football, and then our picks. The first thing we're talking about is it's playoff time. Most leagues, except if you're in our personal league that has 2 more regular season games, you're in playoff mode this week, which kind of sucks because for this year, the Bucks and the Panthers have a bye week this week. So, like, even if Christian McCaffrey was healthy, Dave, can't use him. If you got Tom Brady, can't use him. If you want to use Mike Evans, you can't use him. He's on my team. He's got to sit on the bench for this week. But there are 3 guys that people are talking about. And the thing I wanted to start with was, are either of these 3 guys this week must-starts in your playoff lineups, where one of them is Justin Jefferson, Minnesota Vikings. Then you got Jarvis Landry, Cleveland Browns, going up against the Titans this week. Jefferson and the Vikings have the Jaguars. And then Deebo Samuel came back from injury last week, had a good week. However, Brandon Ayuk, I think that's how you say it. Ayuk comes back off the COVID list. He's going to be playing this week. So I kind of wanted to hit some of these guys. And the first one I wanted to kind of throw your way, Dave, because he's your boy, is Deebo Samuel. Because I almost picked him up in one of my leagues. But should I be scared with Brandon coming back off that COVID list? Or should I expect, hey, Deebo had a good week last week, it should keep rolling this week in the Niners game?
No, I mean, I like Deebo. I think he's their number 1. Ayuk is a good number 2. He might take something, might take a little help on the defensive end away, which could be good for them at the end of the day. But I mean, like, it's just matchup sensitive. Like, if you look at that 49ers game, I don't know, is there a way where you don't see both these guys getting some touches? I don't know. He's not a 1. He's closer. I think Deebo is closer to a 2 or a flex. I'm not quite sure which right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough. Why do I not see the Bills 49ers? I'm trying to think of the Bills secondary right now and going.
Tre'Davious White, probably their best corner.
Yeah, he's one of the best corners. Yeah. That's my fear. So yeah, I mean, he's not must start. I think Deebo is a flex right now for me. I used him when he came back the first time. He got hurt again. I was like, fuck it, I'm done with you.
Dave's like, use it. Dave hit it and quit it. I got on it. I hit it. Now I quit it. It's also interesting because like the Rams defense supposed to be, and yet again, this is where I'm a rankings guy. I always go like, that's the first thing I use to kind of decide where I'm going to go is like, okay, What's this other team? How are they doing against wide receivers? You're usually the one, Dave, that's got to keep me in check with that because sometimes I look into it and I go, hey, they're number one. You go, yeah, but who have they played? What wide receivers have they seen recently?
What the hell? Does that make a difference in your rankings?
Hey, Washington is number 3 against wide receivers. They got them week 14, but like the Bills, to me, they were number 10, but at the same time, like you look at it, like both games against the Rams, he had 18 points and then 24.3 in NFL PPR last week. Really like started off slow, had 18 and 12 against the Rams in New England. Then obviously was hurt for 3 weeks, then came back with the 24 points out of the bye. It's also going to be interesting with the 49ers. I don't know if this it's going to affect them, but I don't know how much of like they're not playing in San Francisco anymore. They're going to be in Arizona. They're playing with the Cardinals because of that law that was passed in Santa Clara.
Football in my town.
No foosball. Does that hurt? Does that hurt any Niners players? Where it's like if you have it, it's like maybe this week because this is the first week. Does it affect them at all, or are you just saying, "Nah, fuck it"? Yeah, they already like Cardinals had already said, "Yo, you can use our house." I put the tweet in the Discord of
I saw that.
They
but
quoted
I didn't know
the
if the 49ers had moved their practice facility down.
Yeah, no, they did.
So they've been
that.
practicing in Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for this week, I believe they have been already.
Okay. Then no problem.
Okay.
No concerns at all.
Okay. How about Jefferson or Landry? Because for me, Jefferson's easy. Yeah, start him. He's playing Jacksonville.
How do you not start Justin Jefferson? You would have to be the biggest idiot with your head piled under waves and waves of sand to not know that Justin Jefferson is 100% start here.
Mm-hmm.
He's so incredibly talented and incredibly worth. I think Cousins and him for a relationship. Thielen takes the top off the defense, pulls some safety coverage. Jefferson can take advantage of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the one thing, 2 things on Jefferson, and one's a personal note that's a me problem, not an anyone else problem, is Thielen coming back. I don't think he'll have a like 26-point game that he had in NFL PPR last week, but like you look at the week before, 17. You look at the week against the Bears, 21. Like Jacksonville's defense is not going to be good against the pass. They're not that great. Tampa Bay, they got like with all their drama going on, their defense hasn't been a great defense against the pass. He could have opportunities to get points there. And like I said, like Chicago, yeah, they're ranked 2, but he got 21 against them earlier on. So like there is chances to get points for him. And then he's got the Saints week 16 if you're one that goes that deep. I just have the personal problem, Dave, of in one of my leagues, my wide receivers are basically I've got Cook, Mostert, and Robinson are my running backs. So I got running backs and flex locked up. DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones, and then after that, like Ayuk and Higgins, but they're fucking behind them. Like for me, I'm even at the point where it's like, even if there's a healthy Julio Jones, like he practices today and then goes, I'm still going Justin Jefferson against the Jaguars.
100% with you. Now DK Metcalf in question because
is he in question? Did I not hear news that's going on with my wide receiver, Dave? With our wide receiver
specifically, but the team around him, the team around him
hates to throw the
ball. Are welcoming
to
back a superstar,
Josh Gordon.
Got
reinstated by the NFL.
The fantasy football god is back.
But the last time this happened, we got all hyped for fucking Josh Gordon. They did nothing.
Meme, man. It's a meme. Let it go. It's just fun.
I want him to do well. I do.
Everyone does. He literally, I mean, substance abuse problems are nothing to joke about, but the fact that he's been kicked out of the league for smoking weed is so stupid.
Yeah.
So you got to root for the guy. You hope for the best, and you just understand that he's just, look, he no matter how many years he doesn't play football for, he's still just a fantasy football god. Like one season, that's all it took. It was one string of games. He was incredible. He literally was like Odell Beckham before Odell Beckham was. It was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, DK also, it's like last game He had 177 yards and no touchdowns. The week before that, I think he had a good week as well. However, you could have a week where it's like, why the fuck is Tyler Lockett getting everything? And DK's getting literally nothing on the other side.
100% agree.
Which I completely hate when those games happen.
Josh Gordon gets like 6 targets. I'm so happy for him.
Does he get a tutty? This week?
Welcome back. Will Rush cook?
I'm just saying, if he gets 6 catches, let's say he gets 6 receptions.
I said 6 targets. I don't know about 6 catches.
Let's say 6 targets is one of them a touchdown. Because 6 targets ain't bad. That's a good amount of targets.
Great red zone target.
Okay.
He's a great red zone target. So, yes, if he gets 6 targets, 1 will be for a touchdown. It's a welcome back game. And I think they have Chris Carson back, right?
I believe you may be right, yeah.
So, yeah, if they have a healthy running back, then that will do wonders for that offense. Yeah.
I'm gonna double check right now on the Carson in case someone gonna call me out. So ESPN has it here. Carson doesn't have a designation for Sunday's contest against the Giants. Joe Fan of NBC Sports Northwest.
So why is I know we'll talk about this later, but Colt McCoy's playing quarterback for them. This game will get ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna expect some good points out of that sea chicken team.
Hey, I heard today one of Pat McAfee's guys put it perfectly was the Seahawk defense ain't good, but that Giant team ain't much better. So Rush should be able to do some damage. Next thing we'll move on, next fantasy football thing, Dave, is Cam Newton. Talking about a little Cam Newton because Week 13 is abound. It is playoff time. Like you had mentioned, Danny Dimes is down. You've got the big one. If you've got Teddy Bridgewater as your quarterback, if you've got Tom Brady as your quarterback, both those two guys don't have games this week because they're on the bye. If you got maybe like a Derek Carr, you're thinking, they're playing the Jets, but the Raiders have been kind of a stinker as of late. They should be able to beat the Jets, people. Don't overreact to that.
Hey, are you giving the Jets a win right now?
No, I'm not giving the Jets a win. They're going to go 0-16 until they prove me otherwise. But Cam Newton, he's one going up against the Chargers. There's a couple people looking out there, Dave, saying, you know what, I may need a quarterback. Tom Brady may be my guy, but he ain't playing against the Chargers this week, a team that might play the Patriots close, but is a team that loves to give up points, loves to give games away, loves to be miscoached out there with coaches making boneheaded decisions out there.
Perhaps they lost a couple games because of coaching decisions.
Could this be a game where we get Cam Newton, where he had 18 against the Bills, 24 against the Jets, 16 against Baltimore, 19 against Houston? Will we see that Cam, or will we see 4-point Cam that we saw against Arizona?
Let's see. I think Cam is pretty unpredictable.
You don't say.
I don't take him.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Cam this week. He could be great. He could be awful. He could be, somewhere in the middle. But I don't have enough confidence. If you have Carr, Jets. If you play whoever's playing the Jets, it's a dumb moment for me. But there's a lot of guys I would take over him. If you're in a 14-person league, I guess. If you're up to 14, then yes, Cam's a start. But 10, no, 12. I don't know if they're 2 teams out. Close.
Dave, there's a guy that I will say this. Cam Newton, if you absolutely have to take him, let's say he's one of the best on the board. Let's say your choices are pretty much, I'll look at the MVP league and we'll use it as a case study. Right now in the MVP league, if you're looking for a quarterback, your top choices are Jared Goff against Arizona, Mitchell Trubisky against the Detroit Lions, Phillip Rivers against Houston, Matt Ryan against the Saints, and then Cam Newton at number 5. If those are your choices, I would think about Mitch for a second, but then go, nah, I can't have Mitch on my team. I would then think Phillip Rivers for a second, but then I would go, you know what? Phillip Rivers is prone to the common mistake every now and then. Matt Ryan could be a good play, but you know what? Are we going to see that same Falcon offense we saw against the Raiders, or are they going to put up 9 points? I think it was 6 or 9 points last time the Saints played them. I would play Cam Newton in that situation if I was listing off the guys that I had that were available. Goff, Trubisky, Rivers, Ryan, and then Newton. Because the Chargers team, Air Bear's going to fucking air it out. Cam Newton, I think, will match him. This will be a game that comes down to the line. We'll see if the Chargers can actually win it. And Cam Newton might sneak a win out there and have some good throwing touchdowns, maybe a rushing touchdown. But there's one guy, Dave, one single guy that I would take over Cam Newton this week, and I am taking him over Cam Newton. He's only rostered on 45% of teams. He's only starting in 25. I have not been a staunch fan of him this year. I have bashed him quite a lot as a Vikings fan. Do you like that? Kirk Cousins. I take Kirk.
You like that? I
take Kirk Cousins. I do like that against the Jaguars. I take him against Jacksonville before I take Cam over the Chargers. Or Cam against the Chargers.
Ricky, you know what I wanted to ask you?
Go ahead, hit me.
If I got you the Pat McAfee Show's t-shirt, if I die, I die, would you wear it?
Yes.
It's a great shirt, by the way.
What does it look like? Do I have to look this up to see that it fucking like...
Yeah, I'll shoot you a link if you don't want it now. But,
if I die, I die?
It's your boy Kirk, and it's him saying the thing.
Can I say one thing about Kirk, by the way?
Yeah.
Because I watched, he did an interview with Pardon My Take. He did an interview with the Pat McAfee Show not too long ago.
Yeah, he had a great interview.
I will say, I rag on the guy for his football playing, but he is the nicest guy, and it's like, after you hear him talk and hear him in an interview, you're like, how can I hate you? How can I bash your... Oh, that's right, because you haven't been playing up to the value of that contract. But, like, I hear him talking. I go, you're a nice guy. You make me feel bad for spewing so much hate out of my dumb fucking purple mouth. What?
Yeah. The vitriol.
Yeah, the vitriol. But, yeah, I would wear it.
I shot you the shirt.
On Discord?
Yeah, it's Cousins. You got some purple boxing gloves and wearing his helmet.
Yeah, let's see.
If I die, I die.
If I die, I die. Oh, they're going for a Rocky thing.
Yes. Well, he said it.
Yeah, I know he said it, but
yeah, they want Rocky with it.
Yeah, I'd fucking wear it. I'd wear that. If I die, I die. I'd wear it. You know what other shirt? Speaking of, you brought up shirts before we get into the next one. You know what shirt I have to get, Dave? And, oh, by the way, AEW spoilers. So fucking mute until I put up the peace sign if you don't want AEW spoiled. 3, 2, 1.
It's been 3 days, and it was like the number one thing on YouTube.
Just in case someone hasn't. I got to get a Stinger shirt.
Spoiler friendly. You and Soapy were like protecting spoilers from shit from like a year ago. I was like, no one cares.
I mean, a couple days. Like, yeah, I'll give you till the weekend. Some people might have a hectic work week, Dave.
It's back. That's on you.
Some might have a hectic work week.
It's back, and if you don't know, it's on you for not paying attention.
I ain't gonna spoil that, but yeah, I gotta get that Sting t-shirt. Like, I find it funny that Orange Cassidy, they said the leading t-shirt all of 2020. Sting breaks it in one day. Sting breaks it in one day. It almost reminds me of like a fucking hockey logo. Where like the crossed bats and the Sting logo. I'll put up the peace sign so for people who might have muted it, who didn't want it spoiled. But yeah, I take Kirk Cousins over Cam Newton because Cam Newton and the Chargers. I think he will have a good game. I like the matchup with Kirk and the Jaguars better.
Kirk 100%, yeah. He's like we just said. Thielen's coming back. Justin Jefferson looking good. Cook is okay. You got all your weapons.
I'm telling you, Dave, here's a sneaky one I'm going to throw in here right at the end. Half joking, half not. If for some reason Lamar Jackson's a no-go for Tuesday, you know who you go with, Dave?
Go ahead and sing the song.
You go with the GOAT, Trace McSorley, baby. You got to go with the kid out of Briarwoods. Got to go with Trace McSorley. But yeah, Lamar Jackson should be a go this weekend. I saw it, and only because it's like, what? He's the seventh best quarterback on our free agent list for the MVP league. So hey, he's available if you want to pick him up. The other one, Dave, last fantasy football one is Deshaun Watson. Has a game this week against the Colts. Tough defense. Going to be going up against DeForest Buckner. and that tough defense. Dave, how big of a fantasy value hit does Deshaun Watson get this week for Will Fuller not being there due to suspension?
No, you don't play him. Anyone else who's available, you play. Deshaun Watson, you do not play.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy.
Do you,
I'm having a conversation.
Is this something where you don't play him for? So let's say you're a team, you're in the playoffs. Is he a full play, like a full fantasy playoff boycott, or just this week against the Colts?
Defense is very good. I don't know who they play next week. I'll be honest.
I mean, the big thing with Deshaun Watson is, for me, it's not necessarily who he's playing. It's how much of a value will he, like, how many points will he drop because he doesn't have Will Fuller out there, or will somebody in this wide receiver core step up? Because after Indy, I'm only going to go to week 16 because not many leagues go to 17. He's got Indy, Chicago, Indy, and then Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's a bench.
Okay.
100% bench. He's done for the year. Done.
Dave's like, no Will Fuller, playing Indy twice, Chicago once.
I don't care how bad we are. All team, we will stick it to them because they have no wide receiver talent.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. Even the Will Fuller, like, how long is he suspended for? So the rest of the season, basically. Yeah, rest of the season. Like, he'll come back week 17, which for fantasy purposes, your leagues are probably done week 17. But yeah, he's also one for me. Like,
He did up this year, though. He stepped up big where Nuke was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, credit to him. Will Fuller had one of the best years for wide receivers this year. Probably like number 7 or something.
Yeah.
And I kept calling Allen Robinson number 7, but like Will Fuller's probably.
He got popped for roids, right? That's what he got 100%. Popped for? Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe that was playing into why he was having
stronger, faster, baby.
Such a good year. But
he ain't the only one doing roids. Let's put it this way. Football, it's everywhere. It's just who gets popped and when.
Mm-hmm.
It's selective screening, kind of like how we always joke about like basketball and steroids. Like,
yeah,
nobody does. Good luck.
Wasn't there? Who was the fucking punter for? Oh fuck! Was it McAfee or was it a different punter where there was one guy? Oh no, it was fucking the Illinois guy, the Giants guy. Fucking what was his name? Steve Weatherspoon. Where he was always getting popped for random screenings because he had like fucking like washboard abs. He's a fucking punter.
Somebody, certain plays will get you flagged for testing.
But yeah, Deshaun Watson, I would say, I agree with you, Dave. Bench this week, probably bench in 2 weeks.
He's done for the year.
The Bears game, I say keep him on the bench.
There are better options out there just by a week to week.
Good point.
Play the field. That's my answer. Would you rather Deshaun Watson or the 12 to 15 other quarterbacks who are available in your league, depending on size?
Let's see. I'm just going to pull up Matt Ryan because he's one of the top guys available.
Nice.
Matt Ryan next week has the Chargers.
Yeah.
So Matt Ryan would probably be a better pick.
300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Especially if Julio comes back. If Julio doesn't come back this week and comes back next week, that could be a good game for him. Pardon me.
For Deshaun Watson and everything on Houston. Mm-hmm. Do not touch anything on that team.
Yeah, I wasn't going to fucking... I have Johnson on one of my teams, one of the benches. I wasn't going to fucking play him anyways, let's be honest. One of the teams, my running backs are fucking locked unless Dalvin Cook doesn't play or is injured. I mean, like I said, when you got Mostert, Cook, and James Robinson in one of the leagues,
you got like 3 top 10 guys.
Yeah, I just don't have to fucking touch them. But Dave, before we go into our picks for the week, let's get Wet Boys out of the way. These are the dampest of dudes.
Some basketballs.
Yeah, some We got 2 basketballs and 1 footballer. One footballer. I got to double check what conference they play for. I'll do that when you give your Wet Boy. But these are the dampest of dudes, the saggiest of shooters, the moistest of men. Sometimes the mistiest of misses. I didn't look at the women's scores, so didn't give a misty miss today. But these are our players of the day. Usually how it works. Dave gives one, I give a Wet Boy, and then the patrons, silver and above, at patreon.com/MVPvids, get to vote on their own Wet Boy. Guys, we want to give love to. I'm going to let Dave go first like he always does. Who's your Wet Boy rounding out the week, December 4th, 2020?
Oh, it's like I always do when I feel like it. There's just some days where I'm just like, no,
I
nobody
mean,
deserves
with basketball coming back, Dave's going to have a wet boy.
That's true. That's true. My wet boy today, very obvious one. He's just your Wooden Award leader for the year, and Luka Garza going out there, dropping a shit ton of points, grabbing boards, dropping dimes, doing everything you really need a big to do, and everything you'd want him to do. Like again, if it was 15 years ago, Luka Garza would be like a top 10 pick in the draft at this point. Honestly, and I think a lot of people's minds, he's now a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He is big. He is strong. He's a little slower. He's not the agile big man, but like he's got good enough handles to be a threat on the outside. And that's the thing. Like he's got an all around game. Got to respect that. So he's creeping into the second half of the first round.
And Dave's gonna let you know because he had him there last year.
I had him there last year. I said he would be a great value in the second round. I think that he would be an excellent bench center. I think you might have comped Baines at some point to him last week. But yeah, I mean he's a good center. Great college player.
I remember in one of our mocks, Dave's like, "This is a guy that's probably a second rounder, but I fucking love him, Luka Garza."
Just gotta show some love, man. It's all up. You know what it was? I was on a big heater with Luka. The Midwest. What's up?
I thought you were gonna say you went from Luka Doncic to Luka Samanic, now Luka Garza.
I mean, some could say you could say that. I would say I was giving a lot of love to bigs in the Midwest last year. It was Aturu, and someone else too. But yeah, just like all about that.
No Charles Bassey though. Dave don't like that Charles Bassey.
Everybody's like, "Oh, he looks so much better this year." I'm like, he's another year older, dominating a bunch of 19-year-olds out there. Like, what do you expect him to do?
Did we have him in mocks 2 years ago or a year ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago, Ricky.
That's what I thought. I thought we had him in mocks when he was a freshman.
Slow-ass feet 2 years ago.
Yeah. Damn, now he's a fucking junior at Western Kentucky. For my wet boy Dave, I'm going. It's not MACtion. I looked it up. It's CUSA action.
Ooh,
so
CUSA.
Conference USA. I gotta go with. I almost said my boy, but Israel Tucker, running back, 37 carries, had 2 tutties, and the 42-31. It sounds closer than it was, but 42-31 win over the North Texas Mean Green, Dave. It's a great mascot, the Mean Green. But yeah, it was a game that Louisiana Tech had in the bag. Couple late touchdowns, pulled North Texas back into it. Tucker got his second touchdown late to put the game officially out of reach for him.
37 carries?
37 carries. Their quarterback only had 20. Quarterback threw a lot. Luke Anthony had 20 throws for 110 yards. Well, 13 completions, but threw the ball 20 times.
Yeah.
Damn, they had Luke Anthony threw the ball a total of 20 times. And then their backup also threw the ball a total of 11 times. So I don't know if any Louisiana Tech fans out there, do they run a dual quarterback system, or was there an injury to Luke Anthony?
Once the game was a blowout, they switched it.
Maybe that could be it too, because they were up by a lot until the Mean Green came back. And then our boys, our patrons, they went ahead and took Keontae Johnson, Florida Gators. Had a double-double, 24 and 12. Nice. Really good shooting. Like the 67%, it was only 2 of 3 from 3, but like 10 of 13 from the field. That's fucking great.
Yep. I'm almost considering, like, for the shooting percentages, maybe we should switch to the X of X, instead of the percentages, to give context better next time or in the future.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
Just a toss out there, Again, when people shoot 77 and 67%,
because what, Dave? 1 of 1 from 3, 100%, not good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those. It's like, okay, I get it. He made one shot. That's cool.
I'll be honest. I don't know if Sean did this. But me, I tend to go for, like, let's say he would have went 1 of 1 from 3, but then like 7 of 8 from free throw. I would use the free throw percentage because he only took 1 3. But yeah, we could. I'll see how that looks. I'll see how that looks with the field goals and stuff. But yeah, those are our wet boys for today. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/MVP vids. If you want to get on that each and every week. And Dave, it is time. We do it every football Friday. We're making our picks. We go through every single game of the NFL week. And we tell you who we think's going to win, who we think's going to lose. And then we give our just generic thoughts about the game. We're going to start with the first one. The Saints going to Atlanta, and the line for this one is Saints -3. They're the 3-point favorite in the game.
I am jumping on that Falcons team. I know they have been up and down and left and right. And you don't know what to base their performance on, but I will take them because the Saints, maybe I'm just bored of them. Like, look, quarterback play is a big deal. And I don't hate the quarterback, but I do think
don't respect him, though, Dave.
I do think that Matt Ryan is a better quarterback. I think they've got better weapons. And as much as I want Alvin Kamara to touch the ball about 45 times a game, it's kind of cutting into his game. You know, he's getting less touches by virtue of Drew Brees not being there. So I'm not a fan, and I will choose to show my displeasure by picking against them here. I'll take the Dogs and the Falcons here.
Yeah, see, this was one where I was leaning towards the Falcons, but I was like, I don't know if I want to take the Falcons because the last time the Saints played them was with Taysom Hill. That was the first game Taysom had coming off the injury to Drew Brees. But two things kind of locked in the submission is, number one, I saw you pick the Falcons. So I'm like, fuck it. I can go with that and not have to worry about losing a pick on you. But number two, I heard this brought up earlier when I was listening to Sports Talk today. The Falcons, the first game, didn't have a lot of film on Taysom Hill. They were just throwing Taysom Hill right at him. They've already got to see him. They've probably been game prepping. Okay, this is exactly what they did. This is how he looked with us last week. These are things we didn't do well last week with that. Like you said, the Falcons' offense has been clicking better. Like that, I don't expect them to put up 50 points like they almost did or probably did to the Raiders. I can't remember if they hit the 50 burger on them officially. But I don't expect them to put up that many points. I'm going with the Falcons as well, getting a second look at Taysom. Close game. A lot of these are close. Like I said, they're about
only 43 points last week.
Only 43. Yeah, I didn't think they got to the 50 burger. Only 4 games this week have double-digit lines. There's a lot of them that are 3, 3.5, 4.5 kinds of situations. I think the highest that's not double digits is like a 7.5 this week. So I'm going to go with the Falcons as well. +3 against the New Orleans Saints. That brings us to your team, Dave. Da Bears playing host to the Detroit Lions, who had a bye last week. No, they played on Thanksgiving. This will be Darrell Bevell's game. Head coach Matt Patricia got fired. Bears are a -3 as well. Mitch Trubisky is going to be the starter. Yep. Is this one, Dave, where the Bears own the Lions, or are you a little worried that the Lions' new head coach, you got that kind of that energized feel that maybe the Falcons were feeling, that where they were when they rattle off wins when Quinn got fired? Can Bevell lead this Detroit team to a win against the Bears?
I mean, our streak of just kicking the shit out of the Vikings year in, year out came to an end this year.
I was just as shocked.
I'm pretty sure the one with Detroit will as well here. That's I'm definitely afraid of them. But as a Chicago Bears fan, I have to pick the Bears here regardless. So ride or die with kissing titties here. That's where we're at. You know, Mitch Trubisky's our quarterback for better or worse, and at least he has legs and can run. Like that's our whole upside here, Ricky. We are stuck. We know he's not the right answer. We just know that he's better than Nick Foles because he's upright and mobile.
I'm going to say it's a winnable game for the Bears. Like, I'm going with the Lions because I am going for that whole, Bevell. This is his first game as the head coach for the Lions. Big situation. He's kind of one that's playing for a coaching job too, because he's always been one that when he was with Seattle, I always thought, and when Mark and I would talk about NFL head coaching jobs, I would always look at it and go, watch out for Darrell Bevell. He should be getting a head coaching job with what he did with that Seahawk offense. Winnable game for the Bears. Bears aren't out of it. They beat Detroit week 1, but this Bears team hasn't gotten a win since October 18th? Since then, you've had Rams, Saints, Titans, Vikings, and then Packers. 5 straight losses. Could this be 6? Yes, I'm going to go with the Lions, but I'm going to say winnable game for the Bears. Here's a question I want to ask you, Dave, before we move on. This has to do with the Lions. I put this in the Discord last night. What is your thought about apparently there are Michigan legislators, so like politicians, that wrote an open letter to the owner of the Lions. I think Sheila Ford's her name. Basically saying that, hey, the defensive coordinator that is with the 49ers, he was born in Michigan, grew up in Michigan, played college ball in Michigan. You should really hire this guy for your next coach. Is it one of those things like, am I crazy for saying, hey, let the fucking Lions do what they want? Like, just because you're from Michigan doesn't mean you're going to be a good head coach.
Does it hurt to suggest someone who's successful at the NFL level so far? No.
I guess you're right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I look.
They just want the best for the team, Ricky. They're trying to help her out because so far her moves have been, So
far we can't trust you to run your team, so we have to run your team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just had the thought of
Megatron. Pay Megatron. Then the curse will be over. Then maybe you can get back to winning.
I don't know.
Or at least competing for like a playoff victory sometime this decade would be great.
Maybe my first thought is those legislators should work on getting Flint like drinking water. That would work too.
Man, that's over. We're already done. Our outrage is out there. Like, sorry, like
we're done with the pandemic. Took everything out of us. We're not mad about that anymore.
Pandemic, the racism, like the cop, all that shit. Like clean water in Michigan has been a problem for like 5 years now?
Maybe even more than that. I think.
Maybe more.
Like drink the good old bottled stuff out there in Flint because you ain't getting it from your pipes. Next game, though, Dave, Browns at Titans. This is one where the Titans are a 5.5 point favorite, getting the -5.5. This is one where the Titans should win this one easily, right? They're on a roll. They don't have a losing record, so Baker can't beat them. Like, this should be Titans.
I want the Browns to be my upset this week. And I just can't pull the trigger on it. It's like the Titans are the better football team. I understand. But the Browns at 8-3 are such fool's gold that it's like, I could see why. Nick Chubb.
They're on a 3-game win streak.
Chubb and Hunt together again, man. That run game is sick. They can move the ball up and down the field. They've been getting great play out of wide receivers. Like, it's super tempting to go Browns here. This was one of my toughest decisions of the day. But I am going to lean Titans here just because of the points.
Yeah, no, you say tough decision. I say easiest decision I've ever made. Like
5.5 points. I'm like, the Browns can make it competitive, but 5.5. If it was 7, then I would go Browns. If it was a touchdown, I would say Browns. But at 5.5 down, I'm gonna have to go Titans.
I'll be honest. Like I'm looking at the rest of the games too. Like
I said that backwards, but you get my point.
Yeah. Besides maybe like 1, maybe 2, all of the rest of the games from here on out for me were so easy. But like I couldn't type Titans quick enough. I think King Henry is going to feast. Tannehill will get points. Baker might do well, but not enough to win the game. Chubb will get good fantasy points, but like, no, this Titan team should feast. Derrick Henry is going to have another great game. Titans are just going to improve their hot run that they've been doing as they continue to steamroll towards the playoffs. Then JD, he at the beginning of our pick said in Twitch chat, y'all better have the Bengals losing. Bengals going into Miami, playing Tua Tagovailoa, lost the job, got it back, didn't have to worry about losing it long term.
He got benched.
And then they immediately, Brian Flores came out and said, don't worry, Tua will have the job yet again for next week. He'll be starting here against the Bengals. Bengals without Joe Burrows. This is our first double-digit line of the week. Dolphins at -11, and I got to go with the Fins. Like, this is one that if the Fins lose this one, they shouldn't be happy with themselves.
Back to the Bengals?
Of the Bengals, I think it's Brandon Allen. Old Arkansas quarterback.
Yeah, 11.5 is a lot of points. That's all I'm thinking. I mean, the Dolphins win the game. It's just a matter of like how close that line is this game going to be. And the backup QB says a lot about that. But if...
Yeah, Brandon Allen.
Can't do it. I'll stick with the Dolphins and the minus 11.5, whatever it is.
Dave's like, can't do it, won't do it. Minus 11 with the Dolphins is where you got to lock that one in.
Joe Mixon's still on the fucking IR, so they're fucked.
And
God damn, I really got to stop playing fantasy football, Ricky. I feel.
Do you have Joe Mixon too?
Yeah, I Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon. Will Fuller, Miles Sanders, J.K. Dobbins. I had Chase Edmonds when he went down.
Are you Charles Woodson in it right now? Are you waking up in your hotel room, Dave, looking at that snowy Detroit and going, I don't think I want to play no more? Are you telling me at the end of this year, Dave may hang it up and retire from fantasy football?
I feel bad when I pick players because I know that I'm actively hurting their career.
Here's what you do. You have someone else pick for you. Find someone. You say, you pick my team for me.
We'll see.
Then you're not like. We got to try to break the curse somehow.
It's starting to get depressing, man. Like year over year, I am knocking people out for chunks of years. Like
which. Oh man, I still remember story for those of you who don't know because you guys didn't grow up with us. Dave had Tom Brady the year he missed like that entire year. And I remember adamantly walking over to Dave's house, knocking on the door. His brother answers, hey, is Dave up? No, I'll go wake him. And Dave walking out of his room, like half asleep, just waking up. I go, hey man, Tom Brady's out for the year. I gotta take a piss, and just turns right into the bathroom.
I can't even comprehend this, right? That information hit me so hard. I can't even deal with it. I just go pee. Like,
oh man, that will, until I die, will be one of my favorite moments in our life. But next game, also an easy pick for me. Yeah. Jacksonville coming into Minnesota. Vikings are another double-digit favorite, minus 10. Vikings all day, every day. Purple People Eater's going to eat.
100% agree with you. This Jacksonville team is a sack of shit right now, so take the Vikings. Easy win.
I guess the only bright spot is James Robinson will probably get his points. Then Dave, here's the big one. Yep. Raiders-Jets. Do the Jets get a win? And first off, should the Raiders be disrespected? Should they feel disrespected by Vegas, where they are from? Only an 8.5 point favorite? Only getting minus 8.5 against the Jets? The Jets.
It is a bounce back game. They looked abysmal in their previous game. Like you said, the Falcons hung a 43 spot on them. I think it was 43-6. And our boy, what is that idiot's name? The backup QB got a couple snaps out there
for the Raiders.
Yep. God, he's such a terrible quarterback. He literally started games for Peterman.
Nathan Peterman. Yep, Peterman. God, he had 6 interceptions in a game.
Yeah, he was awful.
Buffalo.
He's perhaps one of the worst quarterbacks of all time. That's how bad they were doing. So this is we need to get back on track. So I expect this whole week to be fundamentals. I think they're going to steamroll
a lot of Gruden grinding drills
all day. Yeah,
yeah. I can't pick.
This is the makeup game.
I can't pick the Jets. I can't do as long as Adam Gase is their coach. I can't pick them. Like they could win this week, and I'd be like, nope, can't pick them.
This is probably their most winnable game for the rest of the year.
I'm a fact.
I just like making you look up schedules.
You like making me look up schedules. So they got the Raiders. They'll probably lose. The Seahawks, they'll probably lose. The Rams, they'll probably lose. The Browns, they will lose because Baker against losing teams are undefeated. And then at New England.
Ooh, that one.
They almost beat them the first time. That might be the game.
I take back what I said.
You know what?
New England game is almost a lock.
I'm going to say
just to shim Bill Belichick on the way out. That's the ultimate move. So Adam Gase comes in there. The ghost of Tom Brady joins Sam Darnold on the field. Because Sam Darnold sees ghosts.
Wag of the finger, Dave, because I'm changing one thing about your prediction. They lose to the Browns. 5 hours, not even 5 hours, like an hour after that loss to the Browns, Adam Gase is getting canned. Greg Williams is then the interim head coach for Week 17. Greg Williams gets that team ready to go ahead and beat Bill Belichick in Week 17. Why not?
Point is, Bill Belichick's going to take an L to the Jets this year because Tom Brady wills it.
Yeah, because
that's how this goes down.
Because week 16, they would have already locked up the number 1 pick, losing all that. Because hopefully. Wait, I gotta look that up.
Have to win a game.
They don't have to. It depends on where's the strength of schedule. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look up right now.
Don't want to leave it up to that.
Jaguars have a lower strength of schedule. You're right. You can't do that. Jaguars would have to win a game. So you know what? Maybe that won't happen.
Yes, you're right. No, I'm just fucking with you.
If they do, fuck it. I'd be happy for the Jets, but fucking terrorized for my Vikings. But yeah, Raiders should get the win, no problem, in this game. Then, Dave, Colts and the Texans in Houston. Should the Colts feel slighted, only getting 3 points against Houston, -3 for Indy?
Nah, I mean, it's hard to put money on Phillip Rivers not fucking up these days. I mean, he has a 16-9 touchdown interception ratio. Like, he's not a bad quarterback, but it's just costly timing. Yeah,
he just makes boneheaded plays at boneheaded moments.
Jonathan Taylor, being Trent Richardson. So that's a
I'm not gonna take that bait. I'm gonna push it to the side, Dave. Let's see, Colts.
I got the Colts. You got the Colts. We all have the Colts. Everybody in the world has the Colts. I don't think anybody expects the Houston Texans now without Will Fuller. I don't think Cobb is going to be the big guy to step up here. He'll get a couple touches, no doubt, but no.
That defense against Houston's going to be tough. I mean, the Indy defense against Houston's going to be tough. I go with the Colts all day in this one. Colts to get the win over the Texans. Then, Dave, this was possibly out of the remaining games, the one of the two I was mentioning. Rams at Cardinals. And you're going to have a Rams -3 in this one. So Rams are getting 3 points. They are the favorite by 3, giving 3 points. Thank you. I almost picked the Cardinals in this one. However, it's one of those things, it's like, do I trust the Rams offense? No. But this Rams defense is really good. And many people are thinking, have opposing teams figured out the Kyler Murray Arizona offense? And that's what I'm thinking. This defense against the Rams is going to do enough to let the offense maybe score more points, and the Rams get the win.
Yeah, I'm just going to be interested to see Kyler Murray get out in motion, peel out of that pocket, bootleg like a motherfucker to get away from Aaron Donald. That's the game inside the game here. It's just watching a 360-pound Aaron Donald chase down Kyler Murray. That's the whole game here. This is going to be a ton of fun. But I will take the Cards. I will take that money that they're going to be able to eke out a victory here. I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think this game is going to be brutal. But I do like Kyler Murray. I do like Nuke. I think that they're going to have the power to will this shit out.
How much did you say Aaron Donald weighed?
Like 360, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're giving him about almost 100 pounds. He's 280.
Yeah, 360 sounds about right, though.
He looks 360 out there.
Looks like a WWE numbers,
Looks like a fucking Mack truck out there running at opposing quarterbacks.
Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Next one, though, Giants at Seahawks. Seahawks, this is the other, I think I said 4. This is the third of the double-digit lines. Seahawks -11. This one's not even a question to me. Danny Dimes is hurt. Colt McCoy is going to be playing.
Greatest football quarterback name of all time, perhaps.
Greatest football quarterback. I thought he was going to be so great coming out of Tejas, as Brandon would say.
We really all did.
The Giants just aren't good. Like, yeah, I know the Seahawks defense isn't good, but when you got Russell Wilson on the other side against this giant team, you should be able to get the win.
It's all about flash.
Of Josh Gordon, yep.
Josh Gordon's going to have a game coming back in the NFL, making himself known. I don't even know if he's eligible this week. I'll be 100% honest with you.
He got reinstated.
The reinstatements. I don't know if he's been practicing and been in quarantine this whole time or what. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I should check r/fantasy football. They have a huge boner for that man.
Yeah. But yeah, Seahawks should get the win easily.
Yeah, I'm not even counting this as a game.
The next one, I don't know how it's going to be a game, Dave, is Philly goes into Green Bay. Green Bay 8.5-point favorites. Aaron Rodgers is going to just dad dick the Eagles, right? Like, this is not even, to me, 8.5 is being generous. This should be a double-digit line.
Here's the problem. Philly has been keeping things interesting. They're not winning, but they're keeping things interesting. Carson Wentz is able to just eke out enough, and we'll see that one gadget game of play for Jalen out there. We'll see.
That one gadget play.
I want him to take over.
I do too.
I don't want to wish an injury on Carson Wentz just to see someone who we think could be a more interesting quarterback. But if it happened, I wouldn't be mad.
Fucking love Jalen Hurts, man. Fucking loved him coming out. I was like, you know what? Excited for him in Philly. And I fucking hated that Eagle fans just bashed on that pick so hard when it was made. I
understand Jordan Love being bashed on. Again,
well, they traded up for that. Yeah.
But guess what? Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a horrible injury history.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers done at the end of the year, man. You know what they're saying? Like, this ain't going to be a year that Aaron Rodgers is going to want to play football afterwards. He ain't even going to be good after. We're going to Brett Favre him after this year. All that dumb shit.
Dude has barely gotten touched this year. He's in incredible shape. He's still dominating the league. He's back to what, number 1 in the MVP race?
Yep, I mean, so.
It's either him or it's Mahomes, and I got him taking it because people don't like repeats.
Yeah.
Well, I know Lamar had it the year in between, but like I don't want Mahomes, and then next year will be Lamar again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have that. Give it back to Rodgers.
And by the way, you say Mahomes. I watched it's about 3 days old now. The newest Gridiron Heights from Bleacher Report.
The train?
Yeah, when they were like, you get to the Bears, and it was like, we know we didn't take Mahomes, so you could go ahead and leave us alone. I was like, oh, that was beautiful.
Bears fans know. We know our place.
But the next game, I almost picked the opposite of this, but I went with my pick and locked it in. The Pats going up against the Chargers. Chargers are actually a 1.5 point favorite. They get minus 1.5. Game being at home. I'm going on the other side of the line, Dave. I'm going with Cam Newton to get it done because guess what? This game will be close. Chargers may have a lead, but guess what? They will blow it. Cam Newton will win it. Chargers blow another game.
Taking the Chargers after that inspirational press conference from Anthony Lynn.
After I went to bat for him, like, man, I don't know if he should be fired. He comes out with that.
Going to get riled up and ready to play after that inspiration he laid out there. So I'm all about the Chargers, all about Air Bear. It's my boy.
Your boy, Dave. Your boy. And then the Sunday night game. Don't know how this is a Sunday night game because it's not going to be close in my mind. TV, I get it. It's Pat Mahomes on TV. But, like, Denver going into KC. Denver is a...
Denver played him close.
13.5 points. That's what the Chiefs are given here. Minus 13.5.
Last time.
I mean, hey, Drew Lock's back at least, so we won't see fucking Hinton out there at quarterback.
That's something.
Denver will actually have a quarterback out there. I just don't think they'll be able to compete with Mahomes. Chiefs with the win.
Yeah, I think Chiefs go up quick and early, and then it's just kind of cruise control from there.
Mm-hmm. Then the Monday night games, we get 2 of them. The first one, so it says Fox on the ESPN app. However, from the Pat McAfee show I heard today that apparently the Steeler-Washington game is only going to be available in select regions. It's not going to be everywhere. I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's a 4:00 game. But we've got Washington, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a -7 from Vegas. This is a game where I think Pittsburgh's going to come out. And this is basically the kind of game where, you know how I say, like, Aaron Rodgers after a loss, Russell Wilson after a loss? Yeah. Big Ben and this Steelers team after the game they played against that Ravens team where they should have shillelied. They should have fucking hit him in the head with the shillelagh. Well, yeah, they're going to fucking win this game big. Washington doesn't have a chance.
Washington football team's a team you play down to.
Oh, God, the Steelers are going to play down to them.
Has a cannon for an arm. Terry McLaurin has been under the radar for the whole year. You cannot even call him a number 1 wide receiver. The disrespect is real.
I mean, Jamar Chase would be the number 1. Yes, you're right.
The disrespect is real, Ricky. We understand where you stand on the Washington football team.
I love the callback, by the way.
I'm taking the fucking Steelers. I'm not a fucking idiot.
He talks
pick a team from that shithole of a grouping like I'm sorry.
He means the NFC North, by the way, or NFC East, by the way.
The point is, I think even who was on Josh Allen was on McAfee show today, and they were joking about record, joking about playoff shots, and he made some comment about 8-8, and he's like, that's probably good enough to win the NFC East, though. And we're all just dying, he's just burying them, I love it.
I love how you wrestling promote it, by the way. Classic heel turn where you're talking up the home crowd, you're talking them up, getting all buttered, and then bam, you swerved on them, Dave. You swerved on Washington.
Steel chair. No headshots, though. That's bad.
Yeah, no McFoley's. We don't want 15 chair shots to the head, Dave. No. Speaking of those Buffalo Bills, they play on Monday night against the 49ers, which will actually be in Arizona. This game's even. No one has the favorite via Vegas.
Let's say the thing.
Oh, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Maybe the Buffalo Bulls. Maybe the Buffalo Bulls circle them. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Is that what you wanted, Dave?
Yes. That's all I want every single week. I'm, of course, taking the Bills here. I hate the 49ers for no apparent reason. It's just more about I think that the Bills are a better team. Josh Allen's been great. Stephon Diggs has been great all year. They move the ball. The defense hit or miss, let's be honest. Mm-hmm. But the 49ers, to me, they're just bleh. I don't know. How do the 49ers win games? Grit and toughness and running game and occasional bailout throws. I'm going to take the Bills.
Yeah, I double check to see who I put down, and I thought I put down the Bills. Bills to win. I was like, shit, did I go with the Niners for some dumb reason? I'm going to go with the Bills and watch. The Niners will make us have egg on our face and win this game. But I see the Bills being the better team, and I'm going with the better team here. And then Tuesday football, Dave. Apparently the Ravens
because
get Tuesday football.
Remember, we cater. We cater to those who matter.
We cater to the Ravens. Dallas, Baltimore,
can't do
did this game even have to happen? Baltimore
from the NFC East, as we previously stated.
Yeah, Baltimore
wins this one. It ain't close, and I hope that we get to see your boy again,
Trace McSorley.
I hope that we get to hear a little bit of Sorley song.
Oh man, I fucking love it. Baltimore actually a -7.5, by the way, via Vegas.
I love to see that line grow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those where Baltimore should win, especially with Lamar Jackson, out there. I don't know if the news if Ingram and Dobbins are good for the game.
They should be cleared if they were just contact. Mm-hmm. If it is up, actually that should come up on Saturday for them, right?
Probably, yeah. Because I just saw yesterday that they were not they weren't switched to being in the
Dobbins
game.
Let's see if he was activated today actually at 3:10 p.m. So he was just activated a couple hours ago.
So he's going to be at least one of them is going to be playing for him. So you get Jackson back, you at least get J.K. Dobbins back. But yeah, Baltimore should win that game easily, even if fucking Jackson wasn't playing, because Dave, DiNucci out there, he's just like the Nooch is just like throwing a Hinton out there, according to Jerry Jones. Having no quarterbacks is just like having the guy you drafted to be your quarterback. But that's gonna do it. Football Friday in the books. Hope you guys do everything that you guys can to win your leagues. Good luck, good juju, good mojo, anything you want. A good chi for you guys in your fantasy playoffs, except for this guy right here, because I'm playing him in fantasy this week. The only good thing is in the MVP playoffs, it's 2 weeks. So if I'm down by 5, I still get a chance to make that deficit up in the next week. But
she's going for sure.
Hope you guys are good with that. If you make any bets this weekend, hope no bad bets on you guys. You win all your bets. Break in that money. Dave and I will be back on Monday talking more about the sports that we love. Remember, join the Discord if you haven't already. Link down below. !Discord into Twitch chat. If you want to support us, patreon.com/MVPvids. Link down below. Or !Patreon into Twitch chat. We're on Twitch every Monday through Friday, twitch.tv /MVPvids. We're also on YouTube at MVP Sports. Thank you guys for everything you do. Have a wonderful weekend. And as always, have a good day, everybody.